Good, happy Sunday morning, everyone. It is Sunday, October 25th, 2020. And it's been a while since we did Politics with Riley King. So let's begin this Sunday edition of Politics with Riley King. And a reminder, this is our political studio over here. As you can see, we got some political decorations here. We got Lincoln, Obama, Lincoln, Trump over here, and vote for Jocelyn Mesner sign, and a couple other New Hampshire State House stuff. So yeah, I hope you like our little political studio. And it's been a while to do this show, so good to be back doing this show on a Sunday. Let's begin this Sunday edition of Politics with Riley King. We got a lot of political stuff to get to and dive into, so let's begin. First up, Kamala Harris' husband campaigns in New Hampshire one day before President Trump's rally. Today, Trump will be in New Hampshire for a rally, and Kamala Harris' husband was here yesterday in Manchester, New Hampshire. Let's take a look at that video from WMUR News 9, Siobhan Lopez.
This has been all over the internet, people raving about it. You guys definitely have to try this out. I don't know where...
Been here before on this campaign, not only in person, but also virtually.
Democrats taking a different approach to campaigning during the pandemic. Doug Emhoff, husband to Kamala Harris, represents the Biden-Harris ticket during an outdoor, limited-capacity event in Manchester, while the Democratic nominees themselves focus their attention in other states.
We've been showing up. I've been here many times last year, this year, Kamala. We take this state very seriously. We're doing the work. We're going to continue to do the work for these next, 10 days.
Neither Biden or Harris have traveled to the Granite State since the days of the Democratic primary. Meantime, the New Hampshire Trump campaign is gearing up for another rally with the president on Sunday.
Anybody who understands New Hampshire and the Biden campaign pretends to understand New Hampshire knows that they can't handle New Hampshire like an absentee landlord when it comes to politics here. We expect to see our candidates.
You've got a president and a vice president parading around the country doing super spreaders, and it's totally irresponsible. This campaign is responsible, and that shows how they will run the country when we put them in office.
There were 0 confirmed cases of COVID-19 linked to the president's August rally in New Hampshire. Emhoff calls the Trump administration's handling of coronavirus as a total failure.
With Joe and Kamala, you've got 2 leaders who are ready on day one with plans, and they're going to move us out of this. Plus, they're going to unify us.
We're not going to lose by 2,736 votes this cycle. That's all the margin was. 2,736. The thinnest of margins, and this time, people are energized, we're energized, and we will deliver the state for the president.
In Manchester, Siobhan Lopez, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Charges of lying, homophobic, and continue after fiery debate between Democrat Pappas and Republican Mowers. A fiery debate this week between the 2 major candidates for the 1st Congressional District U.S. House seat prompted charges of lying and homophobia after one candidate brought up the personal life of another on live television during the Granite State debate on WMUR News 9. Republican Matt Bowers, during WMUR's Granite State debate on Wednesday night, charged that Democrat U.S. Rep. Chris Pappas was influenced in several votes by his personal relationship with a corporate lobbyist. Bowers said during and after the debate that Pappas should have disclosed the relationship. He continued Pappas violated House ethics rules by not disclosing, but did not cite any specific regulations either on the debate stage or the following day during media conference calls. The Pappas campaign on Friday night, after this report was initially published, said that it received guidance on the matter from the House Ethics Committee. The campaign said it was told in the guidance that ethics rules do not require a member of Congress to disclose who they are dating. The campaign said it received the guidance in a telephone call and could not provide it to WMUR in a written or in writing. Mowers charged that Pappas lied during the debate when, during a heated, rapid-fire exchange between the two, Pappas appeared to deny that he was involved in a relationship with a lobbyist and that he was wrong to fail to disclose it before or after the vote. Trump set to visit New Hampshire today. He will be in the Granite State today. His event will start at 1 o'clock p.m. The doors opened at 10 o'clock a.m. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9. President to hold a second rally in the Granite State in 2 months. He was last back in New Hampshire in August. Vice President Mike Pence visited the Granite State 2 times as well. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9, Adam Sexton.
Bentley Chevrolet says now is the time to make it your own during Chevy Truck Month. Buy a new 2020 Chevy Equinox all-wheel drive SUV, just $22,184.
There's a unique connection between President Donald Trump and the state of New Hampshire. The first-in-the-nation primary set him on his path to the White House, and on the eve of the 2016 election, he rallied thousands at the SNHU Arena. So it should come as no surprise he's returning to the Granite State in the home stretch of 2020.
The Trump campaign is investing in New Hampshire. We feel we can expand the map. We want to ensure that we reach out to not only Republicans, but Democrats and independents.
On Sunday, the president will be doing a sequel to his late August rally at an open airport hangar in Manchester. The Republican ticket has showered attention on New Hampshire, in stark contrast to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, neither of whom has been back since the days of the Democratic primary. On Saturday, Harris's husband, Doug Emhoff, will make his second general election visit. He was most recently here in September alongside aspiring First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden. Democrats reject the contention that the Biden campaign somehow doesn't care as much about New Hampshire as Trump.
The rhetoric that we're hearing is a message from Donald Trump that he really doesn't care about people in this country. I mean, we are 7 months into this COVID pandemic.
The lack of visits from Joe Biden or Kamala Harris likely comes down to simple strategy. The polls show a much closer race in several other states, and that's where the Democratic nominee is investing his time. But for Donald Trump, there's something about New Hampshire that goes beyond the numbers.
Obviously, the base who loves him dearly here because they know him personally, and they really want to get out and work for him. So I think it's going to be a very sort of emotional event on Sunday. It very well could be his last stop here before the election.
Adam Sexton, WMUR, News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. So we will have to see what that event will be like today. Deputy Secretary of State advised Granite Staters to return their absentee ballots as soon as possible. And he suggests if you have not mailed in the absentee ballot, then you should go in person to the town clerk's office to hand deliver it if you have not. put it in the mailbox yet. And you have up until Election Day, the day before Election Day at 5 p.m. to get an absentee ballot if you want to do absentee. And then on day of Election Day, you can return it and check in with your town clerk's office to see if the town clerk will be at the office or at a polling location to hand deliver that ballot. Rep. Custer, challenger Negron face off in a final Granite State debate. Custer has held office since winning in 2012. Negron seeking to unseat Custer in a rematch. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Now is the time to add another Chevy to your driveway at Bentley Chevrolet. Buy a new 2020 Chevy Silverado 4x4 LT Double Cab All-Star Edition pickup, nicely equipped, just $38,492.
I think it is true that the country has become far too divided.
It's about at every turn throwing rocks at an administration when they're trying to do the right thing.
In the rematch of the last 2nd Congressional District race, 4-term incumbent Democrat Annie Custer and Republican Steve Negron, a veteran and CEO of an engineering firm, remain divided, starting with the handling of the pandemic.
Stay at home, wear a mask, don't do anything. And because of that plan is a situation that we find ourselves in, that we have this mental health issue.
Close to 500 deaths right here in New Hampshire. I agree that people want to get out and about with their life, but this is a highly contagious disease. So testing would make a big, big difference.
They debated their confidence level in a vaccine.
Under a Biden administration, when we are listening to science and following the science, then we will we'll know if it's safe and effective.
My sister actually contracted COVID-19, John, and she went through the protocols without the vaccination, and she's perfectly fine now. You know, this vaccination is just like any vaccination. It's my own personal decision.
The candidates also tackled the opioid epidemic, Roe v. Wade, and police training and immunity.
Millions of Americans, including people right here in New Hampshire, watched the murder of George Floyd, and I believe we can do better. And I think police right here in New Hampshire do better every single day.
We don't want what's going to happen in Portland, Kenosha, Wisconsin, or Chicago, right? Not once has Congresswoman Custer, not once, denounced that kind of activity that's out there.
And after the debate, Congresswoman Custer and her challenger Steve Negron continued to make their cases to voters. They each explained what makes the landscape of this campaign different in 2020.
I think that Mr. Negron has tied himself to Mr. Trump's volatility. I talk to constituents all the time who think he's too divisive and just thinks that we need a change and we need a new president in the White House.
I believe the fact that we ran in 18 really kind of primed the pump for this, and that's why I think you see the last University of New Hampshire poll had us within 4 points with a margin error of 4, so we're neck and neck with her. And I think people are ready for a change, and I think that's important for them right now.
If you missed any of our Granite State debates this week, you can watch them on any of our digital platforms.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And we're following some breaking political news for all of you that came into our newsroom earlier this morning. We can tell you that Mike Pence's Chief of Staff, Mark Short, and other top aides test positive for COVID-19. The Vice President has not been on the campaign trail for weeks. And that does it for this Sunday edition of Politics with Riley King. Thank you for watching this Sunday edition of Politics with Riley King. I hope you all have a great rest of your Sunday. I'll see you back here next Sunday for another edition of Politics with Riley King. And have a wonderful week, everyone. And goodbye.